This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Namaskar. The News Snippets. Read by Maria Albina Michael. 592,032 people have recovered from COVID-19 in the country. In the last 24 hours, 20,752 people have recovered. It is one of the largest single-day recoveries reported. 320,161 people were tested for COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. More than 1.2 crore tests have been done till now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the youth virtually on World Youth Skills Day. Prime Minister extended his best wishes to the youth. He said, "Youth is gaining new skills in the changing times." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said the country needs to skill, scale and speed up to remain globally competitive in the post-COVID-19 world. India has initiated human clinical trials for COVID-19 vaccine, according to ICMR. 1,000 volunteers are participating in the exercise. The 15th India-European Union Summit was held in virtual mode today. It was co-chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President of European Council, Charles Michel. 28 out of 33 districts of Assam are reeling from floods. The Brahmaputra River is in spate in various parts of the state. Thousands of people have been moved to safer places. The Trump administration has rescinded its earlier rule that temporarily barred international students from staying in the U.S. They were asked to attend in-person courses or go back to their home countries. The war of words between U.S. and China continues, with a senior Washington official calling Beijing the new East Asia company. African nations would be overwhelmed in case a severe COVID-19 outbreak happens on the continent, experts have warned. And that is the end of the news snippets.
We now have for you Dr. Mike Ryan, Executive Director, WHO Health Emergencies Program. He responded to a question about the role that children play in COVID-19 transmission.
Yes, there is an issue around how much and to what extent children participate in transmission. There are real issues around how schools can be reopened safely, but the best and safest way to reopen schools is in the context of low community transmission that has been effectively suppressed by a broad-based, comprehensive strategy. We can't move from let's deal with the schools and then we all deal with that for a week or two and then let's deal with the workplace or then let's deal with infection in hospitals or long-term care facilities. This is playing whack-a-mole. We have got to focus on a comprehensive, long-term strategy that focuses on everything at one time. But we can't turn schools into yet another political football in this game. It's not fair on our children. So we have to look at this carefully in the light of the transmission in any given country or any given setting, and we have to make decisions that are based on the best interests of our children, be it their educational or their health interest. And that must be based on data. That must be based on understanding the risks in the specific setting in which schools are. If we suppress the virus in our society, in our communities, then our schools can open safely. And there are many countries around the world in which schools are reopening successfully and safely because countries have dealt with the real problem, community transmission.
Hi friends, I am Rachna, Vice Principal from the School of Noida. Do you know which special day we are celebrating today? It is World Youth Skill Day. It is an event recognized by United Nations and is celebrated on July 15th every year. It was designated by General Assembly UNGA in 2014. For World Youth Skills Day, as the United Nations website notes, globally, 1 in 5 young people are NEET, N-E-E-T, not in employment, education or training. And this status is really serious. The aim of World Youth Skills Day is to recognize the strategic importance of equipping young people with skills of employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, and to highlight the crucial role of skilled youth in addressing current and future global challenges. But now, World Youth Skills Day 2020 is taking place in challenging context. The COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown measures have led to the worldwide closure of technical and vocational education and training institutions, threatening the continuity of skill development. The COVID-19 has affected educational system worldwide, leading to near total closure of school, university and colleges. It is estimated that nearly 70% of the world's learners are affected by school closure across education level currently. As we have seen was an effect of this on education, and among others affected sectors are wholesale, retail, manufacturing, real estate, administrative activities, accommodation and food services. The short-term reactions need to have a longer-term vision in mind to ensure that we build a better future of work for this generation. This year's theme, Skills for a Resilient Youth, resonates with the resilience and adaptability shown by the youths during the coronavirus pandemic. A recent survey by job search platform Naukri.com revealed that close to half of the job seekers in India utilized this lockdown period to enhance their skill for better job. So here are a few areas that can help you to upskill amid this period. You can do the professional courses online and get certified. You can learn a new language, graphic designing, digital marketing, video editing, etc. Against this pandemic backdrop, the Indian government has sounded a clarion call for self-reliance or Atmanirbhar Bharat. With the support system provided by Indian government, we took a look at the resources made available by the government. And while it is true that many of it could definitely give an edge to younger people looking to advance their careers or simply expand their horizons. Keeping this pandemic in mind, most of these courses are virtual in nature. Online academic classes. The government has put in place many schemes to help people learn new things. SWAYAM is a portal to offer any course free of cost. Second, if you are an ardent reader, want to catch up on some reading amid this break, the government has something called the National Digital Library of India, which offers educational materials from primary to postgraduate level. Next, we all are aware of it that all training centers of the National Skill Development Corporation are currently closed. But it is providing training through their e-skills websites. And this is not over. Next, the government has launched something called a skill loan scheme as a part of its Skill India initiative. This, as the State Bank of India puts it, is a term loan guaranteed to Indian nationals for pursuing skill development courses in India. Bharat Skill is a website set up by the government to help people learn a trade. As the website put it, it is a central repository for skills which will provide NSQF curriculum, course material, videos, question banks and mock tests, etc. This year, World Skill International called on all the young skilled workers to post their stories using the hashtag WISD and to explain why they decided to pursue training in a particular skill or trade. So, the importance of developing skilled youth is at the core of this year's message for World Youth Skills Day. So, utilize this time, improve youth skills and change the world. As a person is not judged by his or her looks, but is judged by the skills he or she has. Thank you.
It is now time for a self-composed motivational song by Diyash Singh of Class 6B of Sri Venkateshwara International School.
Hello everyone, I am Dear Singh, student of class 6B. Today I am going to play a motivational song for all. Be a champion. Be a champion, be a champion, be a champion, be a champion. On the wall of Hall of Fame. Be student, be teacher, be politician, be preacher, be believer, be leader, be astronaut, be truth seeker, standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world is gonna know your name. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Because you burned with the brightest flame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can be the world, you can be the wall. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you're gonna find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world is gonna know your name. Standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world is gonna know your name. Thank you.
Wicklow Nature hosts yet another extravagant looking rarity, Ireland's first brown bobby, a species normally found in the world's tropical oceans, visited Greystones Harbour in the afternoon.
It's going to give you a look. Is that up there? Well, I wanted to start my head. Did you go there? Yeah.
This is how sometimes human infra creates problem for wildlife. Here is a tiger struggling to cross one such. Pench authorities were able to guide him back to forest safely though. Tweets Parveen Kaswan, IFS.
गजब रे बाप रे बंद कर बहुत बड़ा अरे अरे
सर ऊपर चढ़ रहा है नीचे उतर नहीं पा रहा है ऊपर डर के बारे ऊपर ही है ऊपर जहाँ हम लोग खड़े थे ना वही ऊपर आ चुका पता नहीं कैसे
आगे चलो अपन गाड़ी रुकवाए ना उधर से कैंपर लाएगा ना लाइट इसको जानते हो एम्बुलेंस को बढ़ाना पड़ेगा ना आगे
गाड़ी भेजोगे
वो उतरेगा बढ़ाएगा ना वो
नहीं बढ़ा पर जान नीचे उतर नहीं पा डर के मारे
अरे बाप रे
जान दो अपन जान दो तो कोई गाड़ी ना आए
धीरे कर धीरे मतलब छोड़ दे बस इस पे चल रहा है सर नॉइस बेरी वाला चल रहा है क्रश बेरी पे चल रहा है सामने ऊपर आ गया आप ब्रिज के ऊपर आ गया आप ब्रिज के ऊपर
गजब लगा है बस उसके पीछे मत दूर झपटेगा ना क्या मतलब कैंपर आ रहे कैंपर पे जान दे
अरे बाप रे
ना हुआ यार
हाँ
सीएम सर को लेके आ जा
लेके आऊं लेकिन यार उतरेंगे
हमको उधर ही उठाना रोक साइड रुक जा उसको निकल जाने दे उसको साइड में होने दे पहले उसको साइड में होने दे रुक जा 2 मिनट
सीएम सर को वीडियो कॉल कर लो सबसे बढ़िया
नहीं 2 मिनट में आ जाएगा और चल वो गाड़ी आ रही कोई साइड से निकाल ले तू इधर तेरे साइड का
निकाल
You are tuned to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you today's commentary, Google's massive investment push into India's digital economy. It is scripted by G. Srinivasan, senior economic journalist, and read by Kaushik Rai. India's digital ecosystem is on the threshold of a truly transformative phase with the US technology giant Google's proposal to invest $10 billion, which is about 75,000 crore Indian rupees over the next 5 to 7 years. The objective is to roll out India-first products and services to focus on more areas crucial to digitization of the Indian economy. These include facilitating affordable access and information for every Indian in their own language, building products and services that are pertinent to India's unique needs, empowering businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises (SMEs), on their digital transformation journey, and leveraging technology and artificial intelligence (AI) for social good in areas such as agriculture, education, and health. At the annual Google for India Virtual Summit, Google's Sundar Pichai, who is also the chief executive of parent Alphabet Inc., said the funds would be deployed to expedite Google's efforts to spread connectivity and adopt digital technologies through a mix of equity investments, partnerships, operations, and infrastructure and ecosystem investments. With 500 million active internet users in India, the company is optimistic to get to the next 500 million users. Ahead of the Google event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he had extremely fruitful interaction with Pichai. In a tweet, he referred to a wide range of subjects discussed, particularly leveraging the power of technology to transform India's farmers, youngsters, and entrepreneurs. The Prime Minister also discussed issues related to data security and concerns over data privacy in his virtual talk with Pichai. Mr. Modi urged the tech companies to make efforts to bridge the trust deficit. The Prime Minister lauded the efforts of Google. The Minister for Information Technology, Ravi Shankar Prasad, aptly highlighted the immense scope for Google through its application of AI in agriculture, weather protection, healthcare, and modern education. Google's proposal to partner with the Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) to digitize classrooms and to work with CBSE Skill Education and Training by 2020 end to allow nearly 1 million teachers in 22,000 schools across the country to deliver blended learning that combines the classroom approach with online learning is a significant step. The company would extend its software, including G Suite for education, Google Classroom, and YouTube to allow such digitization. Google is also keen to provide $1 million grant to the Kaivalya Education Foundation through the Global Distance Learning Fund to help teachers deliver virtual education to students. Besides, it is also gearing itself to tying up with Prasar Bharati, India's public service broadcaster, through its incredible network of radio and television channels for an edutainment series for small business. Business analysts have welcomed Google's decision to invest in India as its earnest commitment to a key growth market in Asia, particularly in product quality enhancement and product marketing. Considering that India remains indisputably the largest source of engineering talent, especially the malleable young talents that could be directed to the areas the company is most interested to harness for a win-win situation to both itself and to the host nation. This also holds true in rapidly evolving artificial intelligence too, where India is a sweet spot to locate high-quality talent. It is only a couple of months ago since Google's rival Facebook invested nearly $6 billion, that is Indian rupees 43,574 crore, in Mukesh Ambani's Jio platforms to partake a piece of the growing data usage in India, with Facebook at the vanguard. Amazon too announced $1 billion investment this year over and above the $5 billion investments declared earlier. Google launched as many as 8 products in India, which it rolled out subsequently globally. Pichai noted that the investment would be deployed for infrastructure into one of the telecom operators to broaden base and serve a larger clientele through cost reduction by economies of scale. In sum, amid concerns over COVID-19 pandemic and the attendant slowdown, Google's massive investment push bears testimony to the resilience and salience of India's digital economy. That was today's commentary entitled Google's Massive Investment Push into India's Digital Economy. It was scripted by G. Srinivasan, Senior Economic Journalist, and read by Kaushik Rai. This broadcast came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
India is trying to be a global economy, and we need your help in that. India has always strived for equality. India has brought in companies from all over the world, and we need your company's help too. Benefits of bringing your company in India are: India has skilled cheap labor and also a lot of land. It is expected by 2050 India will be the second biggest economy in the world. Wouldn't you want to take a piece of that pie? And this power of globalization has brought us together.
विदेशी निवेशक प्रौद्योगिकी मुझे अच्छे पैदावार लाने में सहायता करते हैं।
Foreign investments help me connect with my people as the advancing technology directly connects me to the supplier.
Foreign investments provide me with the much needed capital, access to technology and resources that could be a huge differentiator for a successful business.
Thankful for foreign investments, I can supply my goods outside India as well.
And foreign investments help me too. It brought down prices and more companies have come to India.
We have a lot of trade communities trying to develop in India, but because of some problems or some tax advantages, they are not able to come. But here, that Indian government has changed, that Indian government has amended, and that Indian government welcomes you for all the foreign trade that can be brought up here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, foreign trade is the most essential thing that we need in our today's life, and because of that, we have been working day to night to bring up more and more industries and more companies to India. And hereby, I would also like to show you some case studies from a farmer to a businessman, that everything is connected and everything matters, and hereby, that's why you need us and we need you, because without us, foreign trade won't work.
And India will thrive with your help. And our investors and the company that invests in us will also thrive. Because India has always been a pioneer of globalization. Thank you.
Living on the edge, the coastal lives. To address concerns about reduced fish catches, the state government in Andhra Pradesh has implemented a ban on fishing activities from April to June, the time when fish breed and are able to replenish populations.
In a year, only 6 months are actually the fishing season, because in between there is the ban period also during the breeding season, and then sometimes because of the high seas and weather also fishermen don't venture into the sea. There is a general belief that in the months where the letter R, like it is May, June, July and August, where the letter R is missing, people generally don't consume fish. So that is one of the reason also many people in June, July, they don't go out to fish. But then again, as the season starts, we are forced to do that. Because of all these reasons, our earnings have come down.
The ban is a way of ensuring sustainable fishing for Vizag. But months without work causes distress among fish folk, forcing them to keep their boats idle most of the time in the Bay of Bengal.
ఇది మరి సీజన్ లేదంటే వయసులో ఉన్న కుర్రలు అయితే లేకపోతే పెద్దోళ్ళ ఆటలు ఉన్నారనుకోండి ఏం చేయలేదు వస్తుండడమే తప్ప ఈ కుర్రలు తెస్తే 150 తెస్తే వాళ్ళకి గింజ ఇల్లు సగం తిని వాళ్ళకి సగం పెట్టడం తప్ప ఇంకేం లేదు. అంతేగాని గవర్నమెంట్ జీవో నుంచి మాత్రం
We don't get adequate remuneration or earning opportunities due to the fishing ban. And also, there is nothing like pension or other such things for the aged fishermen who can no more go to the sea. Also, we see our youth are not interested in taking up fishing as a profession because it is not a well-paying job these days.
Nearly 5,000 fisherfolk await the voyage from the Vizag harbour in motorboats to chase their fortunes, as shared by Apara, the president of the AP Mechanized Boats Operators Association.
మొత్తం అంతా మధ్యగండి అందరూ యాక్సిడెంట్ 220,000 ఉండదండి.
There are 220 homes in the village and the population is around 4,000 to 5,000 and the main occupation of people here is fishing, and the fishing starts from the June and it continues for the 6 months, and till that time like the fishermen have to go for the daily wage for their source of income, and besides that they have to make water boats and nets and medicine for fish till June because these are the mandatory requirements for fishing.
The ban also shatters the extended livelihood channels for the people who dry and sell the catch, further creating loops in the cycle of generating employment.
అంటే ఉపాధి లేకుండా ఏదో ఉపాధి చేసుకోండి. ఎంత సీజన్లో రెడీ చేసుకోండి.
The fishing activity starts in June. We do odd jobs due to the fishing ban before June. We get ready for the fishing season. We do repairs etc. to our equipment so that everything is ready for our fishing trips when it starts again.
The breeding season for fish is usually the dry period for the fishermen as per government regulations. But is it an effective measure against climate change or just another petrification for the fishermen community?
This is Dr. Shyamli Singh, working as an assistant professor with Indian Institute of Public Administration. There are reasons for ban. Mostly during the spawning season, the ban is there. And if you talk from the angle of the fisherman, he or she thinks that, okay, I have to look after my family. But in longer run, there is going to be an ill effect on the entire spawning pattern of the fish. Also, it has been seen, there are studies and researches, they have shown that the increase in the ocean temperature is good as far as the birth rate of the fish is concerned. If you look at the larger picture, the quantity will definitely increase, but fish will be infected with lot of diseases.
The fisherfolk of Jodugula Palam have committed to the lives they have chosen.
We mend our fishing equipments, the fishing nets etc. From our childhood only we are doing this. Earlier in our childhood we used to go with our parents to learn fishing and they have taught us how to fish. We are still carrying on those traditions.
During the ban period, these men are not allowed to venture out in the sea. So they spend time knitting fishing nets at the beachside, and the sale from this will provide for their needs. Moreover, they are not skilled to earn their living from other professions. On the contrary, we met a group of fishermen who acknowledged that in spite of the ban, they go for fishing.
హన్ సీజన్ ఇప్పుడు 2 month ఆఫర్ ఆఫ్ చేశారు కదా మేడం 2 నెలలు 15 రోజులు వాటికి మాత్రం అమౌంట్ 4,000 రూపాయలు వేస్తారు.
We get a fixed sum of 4,000 during the 2 months ban period. However, this amount is not sufficient for our daily expenses. We therefore are forced to go for fishing during the 2-month ban period also.
This shows the challenge while addressing overfishing in the absence of alternative livelihoods.
గవర్నమెంట్ రానేమో వాళ్ళు మాత్రం మనకు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తున్నారు, వాళ్ళకి ధన్యవాదాలు.
The authorities inform us about the weather conditions. We are thankful to them for this. However, as we are living on our daily earnings, we sometimes take the risk despite warnings, as there is no other alternative.
The life of the fishing community, with or without the ban, always struggles on a tightrope.
During the ban period, the scientific organizations issue a ban that you should not fish during this particular time. It might also happen that if you are procuring the fish and selling it in the market, then it will come into the food chain, which has been seen that because of the algal bloom during the ban period, algae, when they die, they release an acid which is known as domoic acid, which if it enters into the crabs and the mollusks and the prawns, then it can cause a lot of serious damage to the human health system also. It is a risk for them also because it is a rough water, the sea is very rough, so they might also land into major troubles.
The ban thus poses a question: is it a corrective device or merely a blurred, short-sighted worldview hidden under the garb of seemingly far-sighted, lopsided benefits? In our series Living on Edge, Coastal Lives, our next episode will come to you at the same time. Polluted waters add to fisherfolk's woes.